Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. First on the agenda is to consider the approval of the minutes for the December 14th, 2021 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting and take any action as necessary. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, all pass. Okay, number 3 on the agenda is case number Z2022-01. Hold a public hearing to consider the request of David Henson, Mary Allen, and Charles Weaver, application owners for zoning change from multifamily district to general retail on 0.5935 acre tract of land situated in the GW Grave Survey, abstract number 246, Titus County, Texas, in the city of Mount Pleasant, being also described as Mount Pleasant City Block 371R, Lot 6, and being all of that specific tract of land conveyed to Peggy Allen by deed recording instrument number 201437338, Real Property Records, Titus County, Texas, RPR, and generally located on the south side of Alexander Road, excuse me, east of US 271, South Jefferson Avenue, and take any action as necessary.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this is an application that was brought to us as a zoning request. I think this property had been a residence for years. I think the person that lived there is probably deceased. I think these are the family members that are at this point want to get this property rezoned, basically along this stretch of Alexander, which has turned a portion of those lots and tracts have gotten closer to 271. Some of those have been converted to businesses. There's a strip center there and whatnot that if you've been down there, you've seen that. In order for them to do what they need to do and get it marketed and get it out there, they've got to rezone it to general retail, which is an appropriate zoning there. The Walmart's there, there's other businesses there, strip centers there. We don't really have any issue with this whatsoever from a city standpoint. We think it's probably a positive factor, probably bringing the value of that property. I believe it's unoccupied at the moment. So we're bringing it to you tonight to consider this. This will be a recommendation to the city council. We'll take it to city council next week for their approval. If you approve it tonight, it'll go there. I think the applicants are here. This is a public hearing, and we did get 3 notices in. I think you've got them. I think Regina put those up there, and all those notices were for approval of the request. So I think the applicants are here. If they want to address you, I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. I think it's a pretty simple thing to do tonight.
Okay, we can open it for a public hearing if anybody wants to speak or anything.
My name is David Henson. My address is 25 County Road 2936, Pittsburgh, Texas. And I'm one of the family members. We're just trying to get it zoned general retail so that we can sell the property.
Okay, all right. Anybody else like to speak? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. And do I hear a motion to approve the rezoning?
I will make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Our recommendation is to change it. Okay, we have the planning director's report.
Just wanted to come back and tell you what the status of a lot of these plats that you don't actually see. Some of them you do see. Obviously, some of the final plat you do see, but just to give you the status of those. We had a number of administrative plats. We've been sort of witnessing a lot of smaller lots in the sort of central part of town. People wanting to split those lots if it's feasible to get more buildable areas. That's what this is about. The majority of it is the people coming in and trying to create more buildable lots in the city, which is a good thing. So if you've got that in front of you, the administrative plats, I didn't give you the copies of the plats, but those are the areas. There's one on West Ferguson, some of these old city Mount Pleasant blocks, or we had some at Choctaw and Quilly. There's a developer that's splitting some lots up there. If you've been over in that part of town, you'll see a lot of infill that's happening, a substantial amount actually. And then on North Washington at 67, we had a lot there that was just a business lot that they had split, sold a portion of the lot off to build they're constructing another business there right now, what's going on there. And the others are primarily residential lots that they're splitting up. And actually, you'll be seeing some more plats that are starting to come in for more residential development that we're kind of getting in. People are beginning to take the properties and a larger tracts of land and starting to develop those as residential small subdivisions, but they're coming in with those. Well, you'll see one fairly soon. The rest of the plats are we had a new hangar that was put in out at the airport, and that every time one is done out there, they have to actually create a plat for a leasing, a land lease situation. So that's what that is. The other one was out on I-30, which you did see, which was the RB Capital I-30 edition, and we finally got that finalized, and I think the property's actually sold. Codwell edition was just another a plat on 6th and Edwards, and again, that's just cleaning. Most of these are a lot of times cleaning up properties also that have had portions of properties tied together in a deed, and when they come in for building permits, really they need to plat it into one buildable tract. We've asked them to do that, and everybody's complying with that now. It seems to be not a problem for us. Royal Ranch Edition was that Criminal Justice Center out on the Loop. We got them final platted and they're done. We finished that up, and that's built. And then Senior Community Edition was a replat up on Green Hill Road. That was the person that bought that property essentially split these lots into 2 lots for residential housing there, and he started to do that construction there. And the other one, like Community Quay, is basically another split of a lot that we're just cleaning up some of the lot stuff on that. And with that, I think we're the other thing I would tell you about is the comprehensive planning project. We have completed the second public forum. We did that back in January 15th over at the Civic Center, and actually we got a lot of good input from citizens that showed up that day. It was kind of cold that day, but they showed up anyway. We had a substantial amount of good input put in there. So now the consultant is basically formulating that information and starting to actually write the text of the plan with the information we've gathered. And we're going to be working on a couple other technical things. We're going to start working on a thoroughfare plan and how we update that. And next step that we'll be putting together. And you will probably be starting to see that draft in March. I think the P&Z should be at point March or early April where you'll start getting more involved in that capacity and see that draft and start working on that a little bit now. Hopefully we'll get it to you out. We'll have plenty of time to be able to look through it. So that's coming along. We expect the schedule's been good, so we think that we'll be able to get it to you all hopefully in April, and then get a recommendation and move it on up to council and get it approved either at the end of May or early June. That's kind of the thing we're trying to get done. So that's in progress, but it's going real smoothly, and the consultant's been good at the timeline, and we're not dragging it. It's going well. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.